Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu doubled down on Monday and said that a date had been set for this ground offensive into Rafah. He didn't specify when it would be, but he has remained adamant throughout that going into Rafah is essential in order to achieve Israel's war aims, which is eradicating Hamas. He says there's about 4 Hamas battalions that remain inside of Rafah. And he is saying this despite international pushback, particularly from the United States, which does not support this plan of going into Rafah and is urging Israel to find another way to eliminate Hamas, such as doing targeted attacks instead of a ground offensive. There's about 1.5 million people sheltering inside of Rafah, and it's unclear where they're supposed to go. On Monday, an Israeli official said that they'd bought about 40,000 tents to start this evacuation, but much of Gaza has been reduced to rubble. Over the weekend, Israel withdrew its troops from the city of Khan Yunis, and people took the opportunity to go back, check on their houses, try and get some of their belongings. And some people told the Associated Press that they couldn't even find their houses. They'd been completely destroyed. 2 researchers based in the United States who use satellite imagery to track the destruction say that more than 50% of the buildings around Khan Yunis have been destroyed during the war. Now, this comes as some of the biggest amount of aid has come into Gaza on Sunday. There were 100 trucks, potentially more, that came in, and this is after the United States issued one of its starkest warnings to Israel, saying that if it didn't change the humanitarian situation in Gaza, it was going to rethink its support for Israel. Israel said that it was going to open more aid crossings, including the Erez crossing in the north, as well as the port of Ashdod, and work closer with Jordan to get more trucks in by road. The United States said that they have welcomed the initiative so far, that it's a good start, but that it needs to be sustainable and that they need to see more. The United States is also pushing Israel to come up with a ceasefire deal to get the hostages home and to have a ceasefire of this war that is causing a devastating humanitarian situation. High-level talks resumed in Cairo on Sunday. It's unclear where they stand, but Netanyahu said that he was briefed on Monday and that he's going to do everything he can to get the hostages home. Sam Mednick with the Associated Press for CGTN in Jerusalem.